When anger blinded him, he threw away the woman who'd held his world together. But when his little girl looked up, tears running down her cheeks, and asked, "Where's Mommy going?" his heart finally broke. He realized too late that sometimes losing your temper means losing your whole life. The storm outside mirrored the one inside the house. Rain lashed against the glass, thunder rolling in the distance as Derek, a successful architect in his late 30s, paced the living room. His wife, Naomi, stood near the door, suitcase in hand, eyes red from crying. Their 5-year-old daughter, Ella, watched from the staircase, clutching her stuffed rabbit. "This isn't working anymore," Derek shouted, voice cracking between rage and regret. "You never listen, Naomi. I'm done pretending." Naomi's trembling hands clutched the handle tighter. "I've tried, Derek. For years, I've begged you to slow down, to see us. You're always somewhere else. Your office, your phone, never here." He turned, fists clenched. "Don't twist this on me. You gave up on us long before I did." The air between them thickened. The clock ticked louder than thunder. Naomi wiped her tears. "I didn't give up. I just got tired of being invisible." That line hit him, but pride drowned the guilt. "Then go," he spat. "If that's how you feel, go." Naomi froze. Her breath caught. "You really want me gone?" "Yes," he said, without thinking. Her shoulders dropped. "Then you'll get what you want." She lifted the suitcase, turning toward the door. That's when a small, trembling voice cut through the storm. "Mommy?" Both parents froze. Little Ella stood at the foot of the stairs, her eyes wide, glistening. "Where's Mommy going?" Naomi's throat tightened. She knelt, cupping her daughter's face. "Mommy just needs some time, baby." "No!" Ella cried. "Stay! Daddy, tell Mommy to stay!" Derek's breath caught. His chest felt heavy. But his pride, it chained his tongue. Naomi looked at him one last time, tears streaming down her cheeks. "You'll regret this, Derek. Not because you lost me, but because of what it'll do to her." The door shut behind her, and with it, silence swallowed the house. Days turned to weeks. Derek buried himself in work, but the house felt hollow. Every night, Ella asked the same question at dinner. "When's Mommy coming home?" He'd force a smile. "Soon, sweetheart." But soon never came. Ella stopped eating her favorite pancakes. She'd sit by the window waiting. Her little drawings started to change, stick figures missing a mother. One night, Derek came home late to find Ella sleeping on the couch, clutching her mom's picture. Next to it was a note written in shaky crayon. "I miss Mommy. Maybe she doesn't miss us." That broke something inside him. He picked her up, carried her to bed, and sat beside her. For the first time in years, he cried silently. A week later, while driving Ella to school, Derek saw Naomi crossing the street with a grocery bag. She looked thinner, tired, but still graceful. Their eyes met briefly through the rain-specked window. He almost stopped. Almost. But guilt glued him to the wheel. That night he couldn't sleep. Memories kept playing. Her laughter, the smell of her cooking, her hand brushing his when they built their first home. He hadn't realized how alive his world used to be until he drained it himself. 2 months later, Ella's school had a family event, Mother's and Daughter's Day. Derek stood awkwardly at the gate, watching little girls hug their moms. Ella stood beside him, holding his hand, quiet. Then she whispered, "Can we go home? It hurts to be here." Derek's chest burned. That night, he found Naomi's number and called. It rang and rang. Finally, her voice, soft, cautious. "Hello? Naomi, I know I'm the last person you want to hear from, but Ella misses you. I miss you. I was wrong." Silence. Then a shaky breath. "It's not that simple, Derek. You can't just take back words like that." "I don't want to take them back," he said, voice trembling. I want to replace them with something better. There was a long pause. Then she whispered, I don't know if I can trust that. Then let me earn it. A week later, Derek brought Ella to a small community park. Naomi sat on a bench, unsure whether to stay. Ella ran toward her, screaming, Mommy! Naomi caught her in her arms, holding her tight, crying into her hair. Derek watched from a distance, shame and love twisting inside him. When Naomi finally looked at him, their eyes met in that silence, and they both remembered everything that mattered. Derek stepped forward. I know I hurt you. I know I broke this family, but I'll do whatever it takes to fix it. For her. For you. Naomi studied him for a moment. You're saying all the right things, but will you still mean them when the anger returns? He nodded. I'll mean them even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. For the first time in months, Naomi smiled faintly. Then start by walking us home. He took her hand, trembling. Together? Together. Months passed. The house filled again with laughter, breakfast smells, bedtime stories. Therapy sessions turned into healing. One evening, as the sun dipped low, Derek tucked Ella in. She looked up at him sleepily. Daddy? Yes, sweetheart. Thank you for finding Mommy. Tears welled in his eyes. No, baby. Mommy found us. He kissed her forehead and turned off the light. In the hallway, Naomi stood watching, her eyes soft. They didn't need to say anything. The silence said it all. Forgiveness wasn't easy, but love was worth fighting for. Outside, the storm had stopped. The house finally felt like home again.
I am Liam, and trust me, the next HOA story is even worse. Subscribe now.